A very good Saturday afternoon to you. You're watching KTN Weekend at 1. My name is Najma Ismael. 2 people escaped death narrowly after a lorry that was transporting beer from Nakuru to Subukia rolled severally at Kahatia near Subukia. The evening accident seemed to have been caused by the heavy rains that made the road slippery, causing the driver of the lorry to lose control of the vehicle. Members of the public flocked the accident scene and started drinking beer, while some made away with empty crates. Police officers from Kirengero Police Station arrived at the accident scene and towed the lorry to Kirengero Police Station.
Ilikosa control na tukakuta lori imeanguka, lakini tumekunywa pombe, lakini hatuna ubaya, lakini tunaweza sema ni mashimo kwa barabara yetu tutengenezewe.
The accident occurred when we are not aware, but of course it came close, and we get the information that there's a lorry somewhere that was carrying a pop and drag a beer.
And Kenya is also waking up again to disturbing news of yet another road accident. 10 members of the Presbyterian Church of East Africa, PCA, perished this morning after a bus they were traveling in collided head-on near Mariakani Way Bridge in Mombasa. 6 of them died on the spot and 4 succumbed to injuries while undergoing treatment at the Coast General Hospital. 21 people are still in critical condition in the hospital. According to witnesses, the driver of the bus tried to overtake a vehicle and rammed onto an oncoming traffic. The church members were returning to Nairobi after attending a seminar in Mombasa. The 7:30 a.m. accident comes barely days after another accident killed 10 people in Isiolo yesterday.
They should drive at speeds which they are able to control the vehicles. They should not overtake on crests, on bends, and they should be very careful, especially at night and when visibility is poor.
We received 34. We have referred 14 of them to Aga Khan Hospital, St. Luke's and Mewa Hospital to receive further medical care. And then most of them had, we had like seven patients actually had head injuries, severe head injuries, and they were really in a bad state. We had to refer them very immediately, and others had fractures. We had several of the patients had fractures.
Sasa hapo hii bridge ndio dereva ameenda ku overtake, kumbe mbele kulikuwa na lori ingine inakuja. Sasa hapo ndio tumegongana na hiyo lori. Okay, mimi nika lose consciousness, nikajipata tu okay, sijui kule niko.
Senator James Orengo has accused President Yoweri Museveni of Uganda of allegedly making inciting statements to the people of Kenya during the 50 independence celebrations at Kasarani Stadium. Orengo was speaking in Muawad in Machakos County while campaigning for Wiper candidate Francis Ngunga. During his speech, President Museveni said Kenyan voters had rejected to be controlled by the West when they elected Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto, despite the fact that the two are facing trial for crimes against humanity at the ICC. Touching on the ongoing health workers' strike, Senator Johnston Muthama said medical services should not be devolved to the counties and criticized the government for spending $500 million shillings on Jubilee celebrations.
Museveni alikuwa amesema ya kwamba kura ambao mlipigia Raila na Kalonzo ati kwamba mlikuwa mmeshurutishwa na watu wa nje Wangapi walimpigia Kalonzo na Raila kura? Nione hapa. Kuna watu kutoka nje ambao walishurutisha nyinyi mpigie Kalonzo na Raila kura? What President Museveni is saying is inciting the people of Kenya. Instead of bringing reconciliation, he is bringing despondency and misunderstanding within the Republic of Kenya.
Asherekea na madaktari wanagoma. Ukienda Machakos, maskini hawezi kutibiwa. Ukienda Nairobi, hospitali ile ninakwenda, Orengo anaenda na wale wengine na rais mwenyewe tunatibiwa. Maskini ndiye anakufa Kenya bila mtu wa kuamwangalia. Kuna uzao hapo kweli? Serikali ya Uhuru Kenyatta iache kutoa madaktari kuandikwa na serikali kuu. Tunataka madaktari waandikwe na serikali kuu, ndio wafanye kazi kupitia kwa serikali kuu na mshahara wapate kutoka kwa serikali kuu.
The driver of nominated Member of Parliament Dr. Oburu Odinga was last night killed under unclear circumstances. Solomon Omondi was returning to his house in Kisumu town after the day's work when he was confronted at the gate of his house by unknown people. When he asked them what they were up to, they pounced on him, leaving him to bleed to death. Nothing was stolen from the driver, ruling out robbery intentions. Police are investigating the incident. Residents of Mukuyu town in Murang'a County took to the streets in a bid to register their displeasure with a bar owner accused of cruelty to patrons. The residents marched down the road to the pub armed with jerrycans of petrol with the intention of burning down what they say has been the scene of several violent confrontations between the bar owner and the revelers. In a recent incident, the bar owner is accused of attacking a 33-year-old patron who later died. They said they appealed to the government to shut down the bar several times, but their pleas had fallen on deaf ears. Police who arrived at the scene, however, stopped residents from setting the pub on fire using tear gas to disperse the stone-throwing crowd. 2 residents were arrested and taken to the Murang'a police station.
Mtu akiingia hapo anakula biliji anasema ni miraa, anachapa mpaka mama. Hata wameshikiwa bure.
Ukiingia hapa ni kukunywa unakunywa. Alafu utume mate hapo kwa nini kwa floor, hiyo ni vita. Anaanza kukupiga.
Tension has gripped Kirinyaga County after a family of 4 was brutally murdered at an estate in Kirogoya town. The 33-year-old Cedric Kinyua, a clerical officer at the Kirogoya Law Courts, his wife and their 2 children aged 10 and 6 years were killed by unknown people. Kirinyaga County Police Commander Christine Mutua, who arrived at the scene upon learning of the incident, said a neighbor reported the matter after finding the door wide open and clothes scattered outside. Household goods, including a television, have also been reported missing. The attackers are reported to have scaled the perimeter wall to get close to the house and thereafter used a set of master keys to unlock the door. Tension is high in the town and residents fear that they may also fall victim to similar attacks. Business premises were closed down as Kirogoya residents continued to mourn the murders of the 4 family members. The bodies were taken to Kibugi Funeral Home in Kutus.
Ile kitu tunaona kando ya mwili ya mtoto ni jembe, kuonyesha walitumia hiyo jembe kuua hao watoto. Upande ya wasasi wamelala, ambaye ni room tofauti, hatujaona ile kitu wametumia. Kwa hivyo tuna suspect hiyo jembe moja ndio iliwaua wote.
Now, civil society organizations based in Mombasa have urged the government to increase security patrols at the country's popular holiday destinations during this festive season. Their spokesman Hussein Khalid also condemned the failed grenade attack in Likoni area and said the perpetrators' aim was to cause instability in the coastal city ahead of an anticipated flock of domestic tourists.
We are calling on the government to increase security in festive hotspots such as the coast, Nairobi, national parks, at the beach, malls, and shopping centers. We call on Cabinet Secretary Olelenku and the Inspector General of Police, David Kimayo, to immediately recall all security officers who are on leave and the hundreds who are currently guarding politicians, and instead post them at these hotspots so that security for the people can be enhanced. We also call on our international partners to work with Kenyans on improving security and not issue unnecessary travel advisories that will cause tension and affect tourism.
It was all pomp and color as Kenyans were treated to performances by Jamaican reggae artist Tyrus Riley and 50 other artists at an all-night Kenya at 50 Nikona Safaricom All-Stars concert at the Safaricom Stadium Kasarani last night. This is how it went down.
Jamaican artist Tyrus Riley got thousands of fans on their feet the minute he walked into the stadium. Downpour did not dampen the mood as Kidum, Red Sun, Jaguar and other artists came on stage as well. The Kenya at 50 Nikona Safaricom All-Star concert was the closer of the Kenya at 50 celebrations. Those young and young at heart came from far and wide to celebrate Kenya's Silver Jubilee the best they know how, with music. And by the looks of it, fans were not disappointed. Catherine Omwando, KTN.
Well, we now take a short commercial break. We will be back with more news. Welcome back. You're watching KTN Weekend at 1. Now, Nelson Mandela will be laid to rest at his childhood home. CNN's Robin Kerner got a tour of the house where Mandela was born from his family members.
Inside Nelson Mandela's rural home, his daughter says there are reminders of him everywhere.
This is Tata's special chair, and it will sit like this, you know, with a cushion here because he enjoyed looking out in the hills.
It's in these hills that Mandela will be buried.
And even when my father was in jail, he had most fondest of memories about Kuno. And he really wanted to die here.
She says he was always a country boy at heart, and so his official state funeral will be held here in this tent on the farm that he loved.
4,000 people who are eventually going to congregate over there.
A challenge to plan, with heads of state, royalty and celebrities all making their way along the back roads to his rural resting place.
Look, Robin, it's been a challenge, hey? It's been a serious challenge. But my grandfather was born here. It's actually a mixture of emotions, you know. Some of us were coming in, you know, some of us were very teary because, you know, this is where my grandfather told us about, you know, who we were as the Mandelas.
The family says it's a relief to be home. His spirit is now here too, they say. He's no longer suffering, no longer in pain.
On the last day, they had, you know, he was on a ventilator. He was not, the last days, he was no longer breathing for himself. The ventilator had fully taken over. They had pushed it to the limit. And I think he was tired.
But she says he fought until the end. The doctors and nurses helping him in his last battle.
I've never seen so much dedication, Robin, in my life to another human being. I'm sorry. And sad, but I was happy that it happened that way. And that at the end of his life, we were given the opportunity to be with him.
They are with him here too. As Mandela's final resting place is being prepared up there on the hill, he makes his final journey home.
Look, he loved these hills. He really believed this is where he belonged.
Nearly a century after he played in these fields as a young boy. Robin Kerno, CNN, Punu, South Africa.
Well, now moving on to sports, Kenyan Olympians of the all-time got a rare opportunity to converge under one roof to celebrate 50 years of Kenya's independence in an event hosted by the Kenya Olympic Committee last night. Dubbed the Night of Legends, the gathering was attended by not only Olympic medalists but all Olympic participants across different sports disciplines including track and field, shooting, boxing, weightlifting, among others. The night was full of entertainment as the Olympians took time to reminisce about their Summer Olympics experience.
The operating situation is still very different here within our country, and I believe that this association, Olympians Association, which has been very dormant for some time now, we need to reactivate, and I'm assuring you of my utmost support on the same.
I want to congratulate also the officials of National Olympics for coming up with this special event to recognize our heroes and heroines.
Jamaican sprinter Usain Bolt said on Friday that he wants to break the 200-meter world record and run in under 19 seconds. Bolt was speaking after arriving in Argentina to hold a coaching clinic in a shanty town south of Buenos Aires. Records were off the agenda for Bolt this year despite claiming the world-leading 200-meter time in Moscow, a situation that 27-year-old is keen to rectify as he plans his strategy for 2014. Six-time Olympic gold medal winner Bolt earlier this year indicated that the 2016 Rio Games would be the swan song to his glittering career at the age of 30, before hinting in September that he could carry on for another year. But Bolt revealed on Friday that his coach believes he is capable of continuing until the Tokyo Olympics in 2020, even if the athlete himself does not share his enthusiasm.
To try to break the world record and run under 19 seconds. So that's one of my goals, and my last goal is to go to Rio in 2016 and to try to win the Olympics again for the third time. It has never been done, so it would be a big feat and a big goal for me. So that's my main goals.
Como corredora que soy también.
Well, thank you very much for watching KTN Weekend at 1. Don't forget to watch Job Center tonight, where I bring you the story of a young man who has been called to the New York Film Academy but cannot afford tuition. My name is Najma Ismael. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.